It's another great week that we are having so far in the Xtreme Trader Premium Forex Signals group. As we can see so far, we have made more than 315 pips profit to our clients in that group within just 2 days, my friends. Just 2 days only were enough to make that 315 pips. I mean, this is really amazing. This is what I'm talking about, and this is what Xtreme Trader Signals group should be about. These are the profits, and this is of course the group itself. This is Xtreme Trader Premium Signals group on Telegram. So if you have joined this group, you will find these results in front of you, and as we can see, pay attention that the losses are very small. Meanwhile, the profits thankfully are covering these losses immediately, such as the EURUSD alone has actually covered these two losses within actually some profits. As you can see, these are the signals, these are the results. I'm just scrolling right in front of you without hiding anything at all. These are the results, my friends, as you will see them in the group if you have joined the premium group Telegram today. And I wanted to share with you some of the results that we had yesterday. This is what we had yesterday. The signals were running in a very big profits. Thankfully, all of them were running in a good profits, and I think they have recovered any losses happened from 1 or 2 signals. A great day, a great performance, and this is what Xtreme Trader Signals is all about. I hope we will continue going with this performance, and hopefully this week we will cover it, or sorry, we'll end it with a very big profits. I'm very excited for it. So of course, if you wish to join Xtreme Trader Forex Signals group, please contact our support. You can find their contact details in the description below this video. Contact them today, and hopefully we will see you there. Alright, now regarding the weekly signals, as many of you are aware about, the market has opened with a huge gap on Monday. As you can see, this gap has happened. I have sent the signal that we can start buying the EURUSD right from this level, but of course the market has suddenly opened with this huge gap, disqualifying the signal immediately. And I believe everyone is aware about that, because it just doesn't make any sense to start buying the market once the market has opened right from this level below the edge of the safe zone. So of course, sadly, this war between Ukraine and Russia, as I have been talking about for many weeks before, it's really controlling how this market behaves, and right now we have to go along with the market, and let's see what are the opportunities that are actually waiting for us. So let's now begin with the EURUSD. Now regarding the EURUSD, in my opinion, the EURUSD is going to continue the fall. I don't think that the EURUSD has any chance for the bullish reversal at the moment. If we check the 4-hour time frame, the market has actually created right here this big gap, as we can see, and the market has went all the way again, retesting the broken resistance at 1.12241. Now if we check on the left as well, this was actually a strong resistance level. If we check more to the left, we can see it was here a resistance, and it was, I think it's a little bit far. Anyway, let me just go back to the current time. So anyway, this level was actually a very strong resistance, and if we check the chart, we can see clearly how the EURUSD is moving in a very strong bearish movement so far. I don't think that the EURUSD has any chance for the rise at the moment, and if we check right here, if we draw here a resistance trend line, we can see clearly that the pair is actually respecting that level. Even with this gap happened right here, the market is still respecting the same level of this resistance trend line. So we already have 1, 2, 3, 4 attempts already on that level of a resistance trend line. Indicates that most likely we can expect to start shorting again the EURUSD after the retest of the broken support level exactly at 1.11643. That's going to be a new resistance level. It's going to be a resistance number 1, and also it's going to be a resistance trend line number 5, because we already have here 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we will have the 5th attempt of the resistance trend line. And again, with this very strong bearish movement right now on the EURUSD, I believe that the pair has no chance to continue the rise. By the way, as well, this price action right here, this candle, usually indicates a continuation in the momentum, which means that once you see a bearish breakout candle that looks like this exactly, with a small wick at the top and longer tail at the bottom, usually it indicates for a bearish reverse, a continuation in the bearish movement. Usually we cannot even expect a reversal or a pullback at that level of the previous support. Most likely we are looking right now for a continuation in the momentum. And I believe based on the weekly chart as well, look at the weekly chart. The weekly chart itself showing a very weakness in the candle. The market has actually made an attempt to grow again, to rise above that support level of 1.11643. And again, the market has failed, and so far seems like the candle is very weak and seems like it's going to continue the fall. All of that together tells us that most likely the EURUSD will continue the fall. Now, the best level to start shorting the EURUSD again after it reaches the nearest resistance to this bearish breakout candle, and of course this is the nearest resistance to that bearish breakout candle. That's why I'm sending the signal to start shorting the EURUSD at 1.11643. which means we have to wait for the candle to rise to about 33 pips before we can start shorting it again. And for the target will be right here, my friends, the nearest strong resistance level to our entry. So we will be shorting the EURUSD right from this level of a new resistance. This is going to be resistance number 1, as I have mentioned earlier, and the target has to be the nearest strong resistance or support to our entry. This was, of course, the nearest strong resistance to the entry. Therefore, this is going to be our target, and we can expect from the pair to fall to another 141 pips. Hopefully, it's going to be a good signal, and hopefully, we'll make good profits out of it. That's everything for the EURUSD. Let's now check the next pair. Let's take a look at the Pound USD. For the Pound USD, it's almost the same thing exactly. Right now we are having this very strong bearish candle has appeared, and we are having right here a broken support level, and most likely we are looking to start shorting the Pound USD again at the same level of the nearest resistance to our entry. So this was the nearest resistance to our entry as well, and as we can see, this was a previous resistance, so we can expect from this resistance to keep its position again as a resistance. Very simple and very basic and very straightforward analysis. I believe it's very obvious for everyone that the Pound USD should be good to be short exactly right from that level, because this was the bearish breakout candle and this was the nearest resistance to that bearish breakout candle. In my opinion, there is no chance that the market can actually ignore that level of a resistance. The Pound USD might actually be ranging inside the safe zone for a while before finally becomes in profit. Why? Because right here we're having also a resistance zone, as you can see. This was a resistance zone, my friends, and it was also previously a strong key support level. However, this market right here shows a strong how can I say this? It's actually ranging in this level. It's actually showing a consolidation so far in this level. Let me just take a look at the daily at the 1 hour time frame. So on the 1 hour time frame, we can see how the market has been on consolidation mode right here and right here as well. So therefore, finally, the bearish movement has actually won the battle, which means the bears have won the battle. Therefore, I believe that most likely the Pound USD is going to be good to be short as soon as possible after it retests the broken support level at 1.3510. Why this one has been removed? Exactly just like that. Which means the safe zone will be ranging for about 50 pips only. Meanwhile, the take profit level will be right here, the nearest strong key support level to our entry, which means we are aiming approximately 146 profit from this signal. Keep your eyes on the Pound USD. Most likely it's going to be a good signal, and most likely we will make all good profits out of this signal. One small thing I forgot to talk about in the beginning of this video. Today, we will be having some news, and actually this entire week, we will be having some news that might change the outcome of these signals, which I'm talking about. Today, for example, we will have the Bank of Canada rate statement. It's going to be out at 7 p.m. Dubai time, 3 p.m. GMT time. Also, Mr. Jerome Powell is going to testify, and this is going to happen also in the same time. I'm telling you now, these news might actually change the outcome of the CAD signals, which I'm going to send right now. So please pay attention to the fundamentals and don't ignore them. They can actually change the entire direction of these signals. And of course, don't ignore at all the OPEC JMMC meetings. they can also give a lot of volatility to the market. However, we will try our best to make the best of it by sending signals based on that. Then tomorrow, on Thursday, we will be having the ISM PMI news for the USD pairs, again at 7 p.m. Dubai time, 3 p.m. GMT time. Again, they might actually change the outcome of these signals. Then lately, or last thing we will be having is the unemployment rate news and the non-farm payroll for the USD pairs, which is going to happen tomorrow, or sorry, Friday at 5:30 p.m. Dubai time, 1:30 p.m. GMT time. These news can again change the entire direction of these signals and the market, so please pay attention to them and don't ignore the fundamentals at all. This is my warning for everyone, to always keep your eyes on these news. And in my opinion, the best thing you can do is set an alarm on your desktop or your mobile phone and just make sure that all these news have been entered in that alarm, and your alarm will be triggered every time the news are out, just 5 minutes before the news, so you can exit your trade before the news are out. So anyway, that's everything for the pound USD. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's go to the AUDUSD. Alright, for the AUDUSD is different story. The bullish movement is quite strong right now for the AUDUSD. In my opinion, if we check the weekly chart, now the weekly chart shows that we are actually right now above the strong support zone of 0.72257. This was, my friends, a very strong support zone, and the market has been ranging inside this level. Then finally, we had right here a very strong bullish candle appeared. Remember, this is the weekly chart, and we are still right here in this candle. However, the week before that, this candle right here has closed exactly inside of that zone. Let me just move the buy button, as we can see. So this was, as I mentioned earlier, the strong support zone, and check this out. The candle has closed exactly inside of that zone, but however, it was also a bullish candle or a blue candle, which means that most likely the AUDUSD is going to continue the rise this week, and most likely is going to be depending on that support level to start the rising above that resistance trend line. Let me show you the resistance trend line. It's exactly right here. Exactly right here. So right now we can expect from the AUDUSD to continue the rise, and in my opinion, this resistance trend line is going to be broken out from. And I think most likely, upon the pressure from that support level, of the strength of that support level, after the market making so many attempts to break out from that level of a resistance support trend line, we can see that the market has made 1, 2, 3, and currently 4, which means for a whole 1 month, the market has been ranging to inside this support zone. I'm just trying to find the right words to say here. I'm just, getting a lot of things to say in my head, and I just don't know where to start from. But however, let me just tell you something. As long as we are above this support zone, we will be definitely looking for a buy order. And so far, I don't see a single price action indicates a bearish reversal at the level, which means that most likely we will be looking to start buying this pair. However, if we check the daily chart also, we can see clearly that this level of a support level zone at 0.71716 is actually the edge of the support zone, which means the market has never been able actually to break out of it. Even when the market has made right here what seems like a bearish break out of the level, the market has immediately went up again above 0.72257 and again bounced back on the same level of the strong key support level right here as 0.71716, which means that most likely the market is going to keep the position as a strong support level. This was the real strong level of the support, the real strong level of a support, yes, and the market most likely is going to be respecting that level. Now, why did I say that this was the real level? Pay attention. Right here, we had what we can call a false breakout. Once you have a false breakout, how the market behave is like this. You will have a support level, then you will have the false breakout just like this, and again the real level of the support is gonna be respected. Once you see the market has reversed up after the appearance of the false breakout, you should know that this was actually the real level of the support. Now pay attention how the market has reacted to that level. So the market has made here a support, false breakout, and again reversed at the support. Again, the market has created right here support exactly on the same level. Then it was also a resistance. Then finally, we had right here the bullish breakout candle right from that previous broken resistance, which was of course previously a strong key support level. All of that indicates that most likely the strong level of the support exactly right here is going to be respected again after the appearance of that strong bullish breakout candle. That's why I believe that the AUDUSD is gonna really be good to be bought exactly after it falls to another 45 pips, and hopefully this is gonna happen today upon the pressure from the resistance at 0.72805. Most likely the market today will make a bearish pullback and is going to hit our buy level, and hopefully by end of this week we will be reaching the target on 0.73661 at the nearest strong resistance to our entry, which means we can expect about 140 pips profit from this signal. That's everything for the AUDUSD. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's now move to the USD CAD. Now regarding USD CAD, actually I have been analyzing this before recording. As you can see, my friends, regarding the USD CAD, we're having right here on the 4-hour time frame this support trend line on that strong key support level, as you can see. Now those who are actually watching my channel, they know exactly the magic of trend lines which I'm using in my entries. The magic of trend lines, actually I have talked about this in one of the videos on my channel called, of course, the magic of trend lines. And the whole principle of that strategy is to draw your support trend line exactly on these two key support levels and simply drag your support trend line all the way to any point of lower low. Now, most likely after the appearance of this support level right here, we can expect from that support level after the bullish breakout level from that previous support trend line, remarkably, this has not become a resistance trend line. The market has immediately made the bullish breakout of it, which means upon the pressure from that level of a support, that support trend line is most likely going to keep its position again as a support trend line. And if we check the history, we can notice how the market has been actually respecting that level every single time it actually reached it as a support. So most likely we can start again buying the USD CAD once it reaches that level of our previous support and support trend line. Most likely it's going to be respected again, and hopefully we can start buying exactly from this level at 1.27017, and the target will be right here, my friends, the nearest strong key resistance level to our entry, which means we will be aiming about 87 pips profit from this signal. Meanwhile, the safe zone will be ranging only for about 46 pips till it reaches only the edge of the lower level of the key support level at 1.26539. If the pair is ever going to be able to make a bearish breakout from that level of a strong support zone, then most likely this signal is no longer valid. So anyway, that's everything for the USD CAD. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's now move to the USDJPY. Now regarding USDJPY, it seems to me like the candles are actually, the market is giving up to break out from that level of the resistance at 115.378. Now keep in mind that we are right now on the daily chart. Now what we can see right here, two candles, and both of them are so weak, and indicates that the market has really made a strong attempt to break out from the long-term resistance at 115.378. Most likely the market is going to continue the fall right after failing for 2 days to break out from that level of a resistance. Actually, you know something, I need to adjust this entry. The entry should be placed exactly right here. Yes, I need to fix my entry for the signal is actually not that accurate. Let me just make it accurate right now, exactly just like that. And the target will, the entry is going to be 115.295, just to be accurate. Because as you can see, my friends, this was the real level of the resistance zone, as you can see, and we had right here 2 false breakout of it, which means the market is actually respecting that level of a resistance several times. That being said, I believe that most likely the USDJPY is going to make another last attempt on that level of the resistance, and we have to wait some price action. Please don't rush to enter this signal with a sell immediately. Don't set any pending order. Even me myself, the one who is sending these signals, I'm not opening any pending orders. I'm just waiting for the price action to confirm my entry. So the USDJPY, as we can see right now, is rising. So we can expect from this pair to continue the rise to hit 115.295, and then let's wait for some price action indicates that we can start shorting the pair. Now, what kind of price action? Of course, we're talking about a pin bar or a doji or a reversed hammer or a hammer itself. Anything indicates that the market right now is getting ready for the bearish reversal. If you have seen any bullish breakout candle appeared right here, then of course do not open any sell order. Please be extra wise and careful about this trade. I'm telling you that most likely, if we look at the 4-hour time frame, we have right here the real level of the resistance, and again we had a false breakout. Therefore, we can see the market has made here also a resistance attempt. Check this out: resistance, and again resistance, and a false breakout. This is the strategy. So we have to wait for the second attempt of the resistance just to confirm our doubts, and after that, if we see the market has reversed from this level, then open the sell order and keep the trade running till it reaches the nearest strong support level at 114.335. Meanwhile, the safe zone will be ranging till the highest level of the resistance at 115.669, which means it's going to be ranging for 37 pips only, and the profit will be 96 pips. That's everything for the USDCHF. Let's now move to the next pair. Let's now move to the USDCHF. USDCHF has a very similar setup, and in my opinion, this is one of the most perfect setups of all time. When we are seeing right here a strong resistance level, another false breakout, then we can expect from the same level of the real resistance to be respected. I'm going to enter this trade personally. I'm waiting for the market to reach this level, and I will open a sell order right here and set my stop loss to be right here, little bit above the real level of that resistance. But why do I send this safe zone to be right here then? It's simple as that. I'm just a scalper, and if the market is going to be going against my direction for a long time, then I just really don't like to stay in the trade for a long time. My philosophy in trading is when I open the trade, I try to find the most perfect and accurate entry as much as possible. If the market is going to go against my direction for about 20 or 25 pips, then I prefer to exit and just find another entry to recover the losses. But if you wish to, you can keep the trade running till it be ranging inside of the safe zone, and after that it might actually continue the fall. So however, the USDCHF represents the perfection of the setup that I'm talking about. This is the setup that we are always waiting for, and hopefully the market will be respecting that level of resistance, and we have to wait for the candle to rise to another 17 pips before we can start shorting. The safe zone is going to be ranging for 36 pips. Meanwhile, the take profit level is going to be at the nearest strong key support level for about 102 pips. That's everything for the USDCHF. Let's now check the next pair. Let's now take a look at the gold. Alright, now regarding the gold, my friends, the gold is actually moving upon the news from Russia and Ukraine. The war is still going on, and right now I don't think that the war is gonna stop as soon as possible, as we have thought always. Most of us, sadly, we were expecting from the war to be lasting for just 2 or 3 days. We thought that Putin was just actually threatening Ukraine, and he declared the war already, but we thought that it's going to be like, I'm not sure how to say this, we thought it's gonna be like a warning for Ukraine that we are serious, so better you start the negotiations or we will continue the war. But sadly, the war seems like it's going to continue. In my opinion, the gold is going to continue to rise upon the news from Ukraine so far. Let me just tell you something. It's really hard to predict the gold movement at the moment because of this of the war and the increasing in the oil prices and other things. So what I'm going to do right now is doing a pure technical analysis, but however, don't ever ignore the fundamentals and the news. They actually affecting the gold prices. So if you are willing to take this signal, please always relate it to the fundamentals. And let me just tell you, for example, I'm just assuming, let's say they have announced that they're going to stop the firing in Ukraine after releasing this video. What will gonna happen? In my opinion, most likely the gold prices will drop. And it might actually make a huge drop. It depends, of course, on what they will agree on and what will be the level of trust between these two countries. It might actually reflected on the market and might actually causes the gold prices to drop immediately. So again, you have to be very careful when you are trading the gold. In my opinion, the best way to get the most of it is always scalping. Just scalp the gold and try to get out with the maximum profits and the minimum losses. So for example, I think if you're a scalper, I really think buying the gold exactly at this level is going to be good, and exit your trade exactly right here at the nearest resistance. Or what you can do is wait for the gold to reach this level of a previous resistance, and then exit your trade exactly right here at the nearest resistance to your entry, and so on. So scalping is the way, in my opinion, with the gold so far. But however, from my expectation and my expectations that the gold will continue to rise eventually for this week. However, please don't ignore also that we're having Mr. Jerome Powell going to testify this week two times. So of course, this is all going to affect the gold analysis. However, and from technical view, right now we are having here this support level right here, and right here we are having another channel on the support on the gold. So most likely, as I have mentioned earlier, we are having here this support trend line, and all I did was simply dragging the same support trend line and place it right here on that near strong key support level. Right now we can see that the gold most likely is going to be respecting that level, and let's keep in mind that the market has already created right here a support trend line. So let me just drag this line again, and exactly just like that. This is more accurate. And now all we have to do, waiting for the gold to fall all the way right here, retesting the broken resistance level at 1921.54. Most likely this is going to be the best level to start again buying the gold. The gold eventually will fall all the way right here to retest the broken resistance. But of course, again, that is from technical view. There is a chance that the gold will continue to rise immediately toward the resistance at 1970. Of course, it's all upon the news of the war, what will gonna happen, what are the updates that will gonna happen, how this war is gonna escalate it. All of that will be reflected on the market. So from technical view, the best level to start buying the gold will be exactly right here at the broken resistance at 1921.54, and eventually the target will be right here at that previous support level at 1955.54 as well. But again, I'm just reminding everyone to always pay attention to the news and the fundamentals, and of course don't enter the gold with long-term trades. In my opinion, avoid swing trades on the gold to avoid losing money. Focus on scalping, and in my opinion, scalping right now is the way to have a safer option in trading. I think that's everything from my side. The rest is on you, my friends, to be careful. And of course, remember that you are an investor, meaning every trade you are opening is investing. So make sure, please, that every trade you are opening, you have prepared for any potential losses. In the end, all these signals have been sent based on technical analysis, and they are of course subjective to any potential losses. So please be careful and wise, and remember that you might actually lose your money if you did not trade carefully and wisely. So in the end, that's everything from me. I hope that was informative to you, and I would like to thank you for watching.